Haskell. Loud. Fix it. Okay. Hexagons are the best guns. We used to have a Reflex. We used to have a project. Let's open it up here. STL, if I remember correctly. That's something that opened up a window, I believe. But we're gonna use Reflex now. Or we're gonna try. We're just gonna make a branch, perhaps. But we opened up a game, I think, in Haskell. Cobalt, 7th Fiat, Love Study of Reckless, Temple of Nyx, Open Weather Map, Servant Reflex, no. Molly API, Twitch, okay. Man, Reflex, Rock Paper, I remember doing that. Man, I did a lot of shit. I was just getting stars. Teach me something, I remember that as well. Awesome Haskell, blah blah blah. Field. Okay, this one. Oh, it also has a star. Okay. Oh my god, this is awful. Let's try this. Game 12. I love the name. This is probably some old building. I used that. We can try merging in the template project. How did you add STL to the dependency somehow? Maybe in the package at YAML. Oh, we just depend like that, right? STL does everything for us. That's kind of nice. What does it do? Alright, change of the shell. Oh, by the way, this is like white. This is white because I upgraded the system. So yeah, obviously we'll lose some of the teaming stuff, including this and also the this. It's awful. I can never like. I have so much fights with teaming in Nixos. It's awful. I just think it's in general quite awful, the teaming setup. It's random files doing random things, and they always keep it changed. No consistent. Let's run this thing. Okay. I guess we don't have a run. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, we don't do anything yet. But it seems to work. And that artwork is awful. Did I want to make a space exploration game in here? Because I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make a hex grid. Because hexagons are the bestagons. And I want to make hexagrid. Maybe, do I want to start from this? Maybe if I can merge the template project into this, it will be okay. There's like a lot of stuff wrong with it right now. This is like an old ass project. 16 months ago. Let's merge in the template. How bad is it? Oh, actually, come to think of it, we need to add the bundle thing as well to the template. Let's do that first. Yeah. Because I figured out how to do bundle things, and that makes my life a lot easier. Template, and then we need to go to cut a crap, because there's the bundle spell. For what bundling does, it makes the entire Nix configuration and puts it in like a self-installing executable kind of thing. So yeah, basically you can infect any Linux distribution without having to tell the user they'll be infected, or they won't even notice because it will remain in their like container setup. I don't know. It will infect them without infecting them, basically. It's really clean. It's perfect. It's what I want. Bundle. So it's just this, right? Template. Maybe I guess it's called template now. Good. So we also need to have the make spell thing. RMF results, make bundle, template. Okay, and we also need to update a checklist to say you need to patch the bundle. That's bundle point to the executable. And make file as well, right? Good enough for me at this. Okay. Bundle port. Okay. We need to merge these changes now into the other project, game 12. We'll just like, I don't know, we'll maybe make like a branch, call it Reflex. We want to add template. What remotes do we have? Yeah, you don't share them, right? No, you don't. So we want to add the template project so we can merge in those changes. Template. And the only thing this does is like make this setup like I'm used to at this point. Cool. Well, I guess fetch. Git fetch template. And now we're gonna make a separate branch in which we're gonna continue working. Which will be called, I don't know, Reflex, Hexagon are the bestagons. I don't know. This is called game 13. Check out I remember making this in a single stream, and yeah. So remember this game thing I made once? We already had STL working in Haskell, but what I'm gonna do now is, you know, get rid of the STL stuff and just make it work in Reflex instead. But yeah, we already had the window and stuff. Hello, C-flat. This is STL in Haskell, because why wouldn't you do that, right? But first we're gonna go to some awful nicks. I know my streams are good when people are reacting like that. I'm also gonna do Reflex, by the way. I'm actually curious how well optimized Reflex is something that is not GHCDF. Me too. But you know, if you're gonna use SDL, you're probably not making something for performance anyway. But we don't really want performance as much. We just want it to be, you know, not slow. It probably will be faster than any Python game. Probably. Maybe. Template master. Yeah, that's okay. Alright. All the work stuff. Don't look at that. That is Reflex. Our game is called Game 12 apparently. We're on the 13 brand. Generally, none of those frameworks are too slow. You have 1000 go, but once you go above that number, it matters. I don't think SDL works like that. Like SDL is really low level. It just allows you to draw lines basically. And what they do is just, you know, in the background they make an image and send it. It's not very advanced. There's no GUI objects. Yeah, Reflex. Okay. Let's, like, you know, we can rewrite it. You know, let's just make sure most of our code is pure, so we don't have to be concerned about that. Okay. Don't forget to add your branding. My God, roguelike space game. No, it's not gonna be a roguelike space game anymore. It's gonna be Game 13 as well. It's like, you know, we abandoned Game 12. Game 13. Maps there. Game with advanced hexagons. There will be hexagons and more. Okay, yeah, I may have just saw that video on hexagons, and I want to make a hexagon grid basically. That's my aspiration for this stream. If we do that, then I'm quite happy. I don't think we're gonna do that because I suspect it'll be hard to draw them. Oh yeah, this is gonna be B. Yeah, it's gonna be B. It's gonna be A everywhere. But this is all the code we had. Not a lot. This is gonna be A, I guess. Okay. This is build. Still build, sorry. The setup is quite different now because we have our advanced Nix science that we learned over a year and we just merged it in from the template. I played a bit with GCC Emacs today. I noticed that the performance went back to shit once I did anything involved lots of highlighting. Embedded images are being full screen, etc. I really doubt there's eList slow. Here we calls. I don't know. Anything. Oh look, we're getting an upgrade as well. I'm gonna get some water. Be right back. Hey. Hello, Skybro. Welcome back. We're gonna do that Reflex stuff. But this is the previous game. I just kind of, cause like we abandoned that project, right? Kind of. We told no one, but we silently abandoned this this Game 12 project. So my intention is to reclaim, because it has stars. It has 1 star. So I'm gonna reclaim this project to be Game 13 and be based on STL and Reflex instead. I took a nap after work. It was all over my face. Thanks for sharing. I missed that information in my life. Exactly, new game. And I can push it for now. Yeah. We don't want to work on master just yet. Like, we're not sure if we've done anything useful. We just merged in the template. It looks like it's really active now as well. Well, not yet, but it will. There will be hexagons and more. But we're not there yet. That's like a goal we want to achieve in the future. This will be probably game 14 or 15. There will be hexagons. But there will be hexagons. It's going to take several iterations. And considering it takes about a year to develop one of these releases, yeah. We have a lot of code as well for this game that basically does nothing. But, you know, it's tough. Tough programming. I'm still proud we can make a window at all. Well, that's the bad snap though. You lie down, instantly pass out. Wake up with moist on your face. I've never had that. I'll believe you on your word. Okay. Let's we don't want to depend on this anymore, I guess. We just want to do Reflex, STL or something. And we're gonna fix all the compilers. It'll be trivial. They even did 2. Oh my god. We're just gonna do that, and then here we're gonna call this one function post. Yeah, I'm still on slow Emacs. Are you seeing this line here? This white line? That's my teaming being fucked. Like this upgrade fucked over my teaming, and now it doesn't want, for the love of God, it doesn't want to be a black team anymore. Teaming. And the same is happening here. Like this entire application for some reason decides it wants to be white. And I can't convince it to be not white. Yes, GTK, I don't know. What is even how do you even set that? Is it LX appearance? Who knows? It's black, okay? And then there's QT control. It's also black. Who the hell knows? Some button I need to press probably. I don't know what button it is. Hello. Hey. Welcome back, Sour. How are you doing, man? We are we're making another game. Well, game. Our plans are as follows. We're gonna make a hexagon grid. And we're gonna use the Game 12 repository for it, which turned out to be that project. Who knew, right? I think we only worked on this for one stream. Is there CSS for teaming? That would be amazing. In the end. Also, what's the music? The music is the one you recommended. This is Purely Grey 27. This is your music, Sour. Yeah, I know. Fantastic. It's great for streaming. There's nothing here, Skybro. We couldn't fix it. Create it. What do I put in there though? But like the other thing is, I already did some teaming stuff in here as well. GTK-RC. I told it to be Dwight dark. Nobody knows what this means, but apparently that's how you tell it to be dark. It doesn't work. Prefer dark team equals 1. That works? Are you kidding me? Like this, I guess. Which manual? Is there a manual? Well, make it! How... Oh, I'm not in config. Oh, I know what I can do. How did it even open it? That worked. That failed. Still doesn't work. I'm sorry. Not work. Not work. Nothing works. That works. Okay, good. How do we make it not work? We already told it to not use that anymore. So now we just need to inform it kindly that we don't want their wares anymore. This removes STL as a direct dependency, forcing us to actually use... well, we can fix... I guess we can take over maintainership of this entire thing. I'm up to it if you're up to it. So, where's our pin? Patch kit, huh? Allow broken. Told it to allow broken, right? Why is it still failing? Marked as broken. Nixos rebuild, you can set allow broken. Nix build, you can use... I thought I just put it in here. Config. That seems to work. Okay. Let's just fork this entire project and fix it upstream. We've become maintainers, I guess. Where there is a will, there is a way, I guess. Well, maybe we can depend on this directly. Yes, Skybro, there's no easy way to fix GTK. I tried yesterday all day. It's just really hard. I think I also tried this morning. So... let's just not do it right now, because it's gonna take ages, probably. TL2 is call Nix or call package TL2. I had the same problem with X-Force after my system upgrade Debian. My bar was white forever. Yeah, it happens, because it's just like. The theming system on Linux, it's awful. It's just, they keep on changing it and there's no consistent way of setting it. I don't know who made those things, but it just, I don't know. I think it's just lack of standardization or something. Who knows? See you later, Sour. Oh, just Emacs for everything. No, just file directory. Because technically we don't even have to append it with Nix. The file to open. So we'll just open up anything. What? Please make sure you have the correct access right. What? Just get gooder at Lisp, but it's amazing. Put a stump WM again. I forgot. I like that I can just connect stump. REPL, evaluate Lisp. Oh, it's the Lisp one, okay. Okay, can't read this. Why is it failing? There's no reason. Did I do it wrong? Oh, I copied the wrong. Okay, I know what I did. Copied over this thing, but I need to copy over this thing. It's completely different. Otherwise it needs to have a SSH key or whatever. Okay, that apparently wasn't right either. Oh, it's a read. dependent sum reflex. You're saying you're dependent on reflex blah, but they probably didn't publish it to Hackage because they're little dicks. That's what you're saying. They don't want to release their software because they stopped doing that. You have some of these. Oh, there's version 7. Oh, but you have tight version bounds for some reason. It needs to be bigger than 6, smaller than 7. Should be fine then, right? Reflex is equal to 6. Independent sum is equal to 6 as well. Maybe we don't have a 6, only have 7. Whatever. Let's just do jailbreak. There we go. It works! So that jailbreak trick, that's the trick I learned at work. You can just tell it to ignore Kabul version bounds, and it just saves so much time. Because what do I care what the maintainers think about Kabul versions, you know? We have a way more reliable way of being reproducible, so... Dirty hacks, it's beautiful! I'm getting like way... I am one of the people that actually makes PRs to fix those version bounds, but I just get tired after it from a while. Like, they all make it so tight for no reason. Just like, okay. Right! We blocked SDL. This is intentional. We have progress. Alright, by the way, we need to fix our naming stuff, yes, as well. Game 12, or 13, I guess. Don't remember what. I guess in default, all solid. 13. We should delete the templates, not Kabul. There's a list actually. Edit package YAML. Find and replace template with new project. Oh, it's more places. Template with K13. Update copyright. GitHub. Copyright, that's fine. Okay. Make hpack, update Kabul file, edit changelog. Edit changelog.md. Make window appear. Implement. Well, that's the one thing we did, I guess. That's the goal of the stream. Make the window appear again in Reflex. That'd be pretty good. And then the second goal is like try to draw a hexagon grid. Edit changelog. Template with new project. Alright. Edit default.next, we did that. Select desired badges, we did that. Point build a give short project description. We didn't do that because we don't have any. Okay. Truncate this checklist, truncate modification using this template. Okay, that's fine. We should fix the build now. Well, that's a problem. Invalid dependency, game 13, exiting. Wait, is it called? Oh, maybe Kabul doesn't like dashes. Better. Okay, changelog. Read me. Bundle. There we go. Okay. So now we go to lib and we get rid of all this stuff. Oh, we were a long way to doing this. I guess we can keep a fair bit of it. Like we can keep most of the pure stuff. We get like event payloads and stuff in Reflex SDL. No, we don't. Oh, we were reading it like this. We were reading key codes directly. What? SDL event payload. Quit event. Event payload, yeah, it's this stuff. And we're telling it what to do in the game. Maybe we can keep it. Maybe we can keep all this stuff. Because it's re-exporting it, right? I think this is a re-export. Hello, how are you doing, Preds? We are attempting to do Reflex SDL. We really got like SDL to work before. And now I'm just like, okay, let's add more abstractions for no reason. Also, we already know Reflex, so it's not a big step up, so to speak. I'm just curious about this library mostly. Yeah, it does seem good. I don't know, like, now I'm just figuring out how much I can throw. Because before we had our game loop as actually a function that called itself. But here I'm thinking, okay, how do you even do anything? Post a Reflex SDL2 app. Well, how do you concrete Reflex SDL2? How do you even start this? How do you even open it? What's up with all the re-exports? It's kind of annoying. I wish they wouldn't do that. I get the impression they re-export like entire SDL. Yeah, re-export from here. So only this part is the library, and the rest is all re-export. Maybe the trick is to not look at the top level module, but... Oh, you have an example. Excellent. What app? Run reader TR. Well, that's kind of useful, you tell me. Why would you put this in a reader? You just, like, immediately ask for it. Maybe the entire app needs the renderer. Yeah, you also need it. You need this aux for it. Guest. Oh my god, it's so easy. But they actually do a bunch of STL stuff as well. And then at some point they decide like, okay, we're happy now. Let's also set some alpha blending. Just casually. Do you even know what that means? Apparently I didn't do that. I just started the recursion. My god. Okay, well, since you re-export everything, you can... I'm looking at this module and thinking like, okay, it's already getting too big. My god, yeah, we don't need SD. We can. Just re-exporting it out as well, you know. It's a really thin layer on top of STLs. I don't even know, I'm not really sure what they're doing. Like, what benefit does it give me to use Reflex? Is it just event management? That module. Oh, we exported it. Okay. I should delete some unused. 21. Oh, I think that's the one we want to add now. 16. Makes you feel smart. It's good music, right? It's like very unknown artist. I would recommend it to anyone. Astronomy and physics video. There you go. This one has like 150. Well, they used to have 150. Now they have like more than 200, almost 200 subscribers on YouTube. But still, it's like a few, right? That's not a lot. Default renderer. GL create context. We need to do all these things. For some reason, I did everything differently. Like, I'm doing something completely different than he is doing. He's like a GL context and a renderer, and I'm like, no, I could add stuff to this window. There's no problem with that. What are you talking about? I probably did everything by hand, come to think of it. Yeah, I just blip. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to know what you're doing. Okay, I want to make a commit before I start mapping around in the code too much, even though it's broken. I think it's no longer broken. Yeah, it compiles. So, next phase. Oh, they're using OpenGL context, blah. Now, let's just copy over whatever they are doing. Initialize all. What does initialize all mean? What? You can't be serious. Initialize all. It just does something. Initialize all the things, probably. Something fake like that. Yeah, just initialize all. It's okay. Initial. Well, this is no surprise since it's C code, right? And to given subsystems. Do not call any STL functions prior to use, unless you have... Oh! What? Well, someone could have told me. Oh, I did do that. Oh, look at that. We did do that. Ain't that nice? Let's just copy over their code. Like, we're gonna need to make it work. There's no point in doing this, by the way. Like, if your process is going to end, then you might as well, you know, kill it all. There. You say initialize in Dutch. Initialiseren. It's like, we don't really have a Dutch word for it. It's just borrowed from French. So I don't know. I realized I need to copy over everything. And just shape it after doing that. Oh, we use like, we add the suffix, eren, which is to make it like a verb. We just add a suffix. Okay, I guess we can undo everything. We'll merge the examples. I'm not really sure what the other app did either. Like, we may as well throw this all away later, but see if that works, right? How can you not find it? It's the only module. Oh, I know. I need to run HPEG. Well, I mean, the word, like the main part of the word is borrowed, and then we just Dutchify it. Post suffix. Yeah, suffix. We need to add MTL. We need to add reflow packages. I think I bullied these guys into releasing it at one point. They just stopped doing that after a while. Just decided to, after like 1 year or 2 years. Oh, let's just stop making releases on HackKits. Nobody cares anyway. But I care. I need to use your stuff. And now I don't really use it anymore, but I'm still happy they keep on releasing. It's important. Oh, I understand your library, because I can browse the headers. What surprises me is that it took almost no effort to get the Reflex dependence. How did it get so quick? Maybe we already had that because of Reflex. I remember like getting first time into Reflex environment. It just took hours. Warning, the package list variable. The run command is for running single executable at once. Exe and a test suite unit. I'm not sure why it would think the test suite is preferable, but I have it. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Still looks like it's going fast as well. That's way more complicated than what I had. That's amazing. Let's commit it. Copy over the example to see what it does. Now let's strip it. Actually, let's play some more music. Where's my... Bit loud. Stupid, what you should. Why? Why are you adding so much space? What? It's an applicative. You can just do. Well, let's just leave everything for now. Yes. Okay. Let's trash this old library. And let's see if we can just get everything from here. So at the moment, I don't think we care about this stuff here. There's just some boilerplate to get the app running, I think. Which means that this is the actual game then. But let's move this into a separate module. Well, let's not call it game. I'm kind of inclined to call the one boilerplate and the other one STL boilerplate. Well, let's go with guest. Button. Well, this is a module. Let's move out the button. See if we can use it later. There we go. So, yeah. File name does not match more than expected, but yeah, right? And save. Don't know about layer. How annoying. But used everywhere. Tell in fmap pure. My god. Okay, I'm going crazy. Do nothing. I don't know. Do I want to? Let's just like let's get rid of layer. Let's see how that helps with layer. That's actually used a lot. Also in button. Okay. There you go. I don't know what a button is. Let's trash this 12 thing. I think I want to make a guest module then that hosts the entire app, and then we'll leave game 12 to be boilerplate. And by doing that, it's a little easier to run. So we'll trash this and this, and gas stuff, which we're gonna trash as well. So we have guest, and game 13 will import that. And guest for the button, and fine. And you also want to import layer. And that's how we split everything up. File name does. Okay, into hpack. Module layer, import a button, which imports layer. Module layer should not import anything. Actually, okay. You do that at render, mouse, button. Maybe, I don't know what that means. Data, AAB, input motion. Okay, guest appears to need that. You can delete your just boilerplate. Undecidable instances, thank you. That's what we like. Okay, so what we did is split up the example in some modules. Okay, and then now we're gonna strip it. So async events. Oh, actually, before I do anything, I want to see what it does again. What's the button? Is this the button? Button pressed. Oh, it is the button. Okay, let's add another button first. That's a good idea. Why can't I tell you where you are? Oh my god. Let's give you some extra information. Button state. Yes, you need to get the event out, but you also need to describe where you are, right? So let's see. Button settings. So position, button position. V2. And then we also need to have button size, which is also. There we go. And we can give that to the button. I guess I'll make lenses. Since we don't have to deal with Reflex anymore, or with GSCDS anymore, we can now just use template Haskell everywhere. Isn't that amazing? Okay, next step is which proper variables. So you just read out the settings, right? Position is settings. Button position. Okay. And same for size. Button size. Okay. How about we also make some defaults? So we'll do some dev buttons. And we don't want to be selective with our export. So I want to export button. I want to export some button settings, dev button settings. And I want to export the lenses to access. But I don't want to export the entire constructor, because that would be dumb. There's no reason to, right? Well, maybe. Does this make sense? I don't know. Oh yeah, you want to have a default size, right? You want to have a default size that's sensible. So you don't have to set most of the time these settings. Have a default. 150, maybe something. 200. Or maybe we want to put it somewhere obvious. Okay, and then finally we want to export lenses so you can override settings. Nice. Okay, seems easy enough. Also we want to export button state, and in this case we want to export everything, because I match against that. Sure. So that's a proper usable button. Unexpected type. I fucked up, didn't I? mean let do. Thank you. V2, expecting one more argument to V2. I think it's both or integer or float, I don't know. Needs to be cint, which is an alias for maybe rectangle int. Can I give it unit? I guess I need to be cint. Rectangle for types, but I think they're the same as normal ints. Just like Haskell cint. Haskell foreign type. Yeah, they're already pretty much the same as integers do. Okay, now we can move it, give it some settings. We can add one button. We can add another button. F button to F settings, and here we can give it another position. This we're just like building our own. This is pretty cool. I can actually see this working. I can see this working. This is really great. Button event button 2. Now we have 2 buttons. Right, you don't know about lenses. We can tell you about lenses. I hope it doesn't clash too much with STU. I'm actually like, we already have 2 buttons. This is like something else. Huh, because I remember doing this in what do you call it? I think in Rust game, I also had buttons in there, but it took me a bit longer. We just copy over the example and start hacking. Okay. So we figured out buttons. We didn't have to, but we. Oh my god! Just got crockpot. What is crockpot? I got something sour. Check. I got button. Oh my god! It actually worked. Like you can see it here. Button pressed. Yeah. This is the example actually. But what we did is add another button. Yeah, that's from the example. Like we can find it in here. Snake. I don't know what it is. Ghostly trail of squares. I presume it's. I'm gonna delete that. Also want to delete this testing because it's kind of. Okay. What is a crockpot? Everywhere we click, we remember one of the. Oh, crockpot. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna buy any for this kitchen. Oh, you can. Oh, you don't need to have this, right? You can just put it on low fire as well. I do that. I do it with pasta sauce, and some of the pasta sauce they become amazing. What I really need is an oven. Yeah, like slow cooking, it's the best because you can just like let the flavors completely mix. Meatball. Not sure about meatball. Tomorrow probably I'll make pilaf again. I love that. I need to do some calculation. I'll be going on holiday. Oh, sorry, you're adopted Character's cat. Congratulations. So happy for you. Okay. So we just made like a button API so we can actually put it on a different position, make it a bit more useful. I can to place button. That's what I remember from Reflex. You can make these small pieces actually components, and they combine so easily with other things. And that's like we can see that from our button example. It's just copied over from the example, and we already made it more usable in just like a couple seconds or like 10 minutes or something. So that's good. Trick more stuff. I want to get rid of the clicking behavior as well. Adopt cat as a scam. Aren't you a mod as well? You're both mods. I find it funny. My mods they help viewers get their scams back. That I scammed from my viewers. That's what my mods do. Like normal mods protect the streamer from the viewers, but chatters. But in this stream, it's the other way around. Do it though. I don't think you can infinitely revenge yourself. You first need to get scammed. Points. Infinite cats. Up and down squares. Get any mouse button event. Emulate them as a list of. Where's the AABB at? Oh, that's you. Okay. Get rid of that. It's mouse button to AAB. Guessed. Are you serialized adopting Chiroptical's cat? Are you scamming the scammer? Are you getting back more points than you put in? Authentic at least. Well, and now you turn the scam around into a. Well, I guess you're kind of scamming Twitch at this point. Oh, it wasn't authentic. There you have it. But also something with keyboard presses. You test that out as well. Okay. recurring timer. What is the quit event? Oh, it's I3. Get quit event by make a function. Let's put this in the boilerplate. We don't want to deal. So in game 13, gas. Something with gas. Run dynamic writer, thin layer. Oh, monad. You might as well do gas. Quit. Do on quit. On quit. There we go. Beautiful. I don't need more points when I have infinite points. Can you actually have infinite points if you're a mod? I didn't know that. Guess. I'm not sure how. That's okay. You can use a dollar sign. Oh, you don't know about layer. Of course. Gotta be quick though. Some cases other mod accept my rewards before I can reject it. Other mode or other mod? I wonder why it goes up after a while. Everything moves up. Is that normal? Get post starting up. Don't do it, Sour. What is Sour doing? If it gets accepted, points go poof. Oh. Delete bunch of unused code. Unused code. Checking out recipe. For the cooker. Right. I would try pilaf. What else like works well to cook a while? Probably like curry, goat curry or something. And obviously the pasta. Pasta sauce is amazing. Boy Katagan. I'll refrain you from this. Any kind. This is cooked so well. Well, not any. You wouldn't do any beef, right? That's not great for it. Well, it's, you know, you can do beef, but it's a bit of a waste. This is better to be half raw. Oh, and sambal. You need to get your hands on good sambal. Well, then you like sambal and tomato based stuff and like a bit of garlic. It's fantastic. Sambal. It's the Indonesian stuff. But you need to get a good one. It's an Indonesian chili sauce or it's like typical Indonesian, but and there are like various kinds. Like some work really well with like pasta, and other ones work really well with like kebab. So yeah, like you have more salty ones that work really well with kebab, and then you have more, I guess, sweet tomato like great for pasta. I have an air fryer. What's the difference between an oven and an air fryer and a hot oven? Okay. Air fryer. It's like frying pan. I don't know. Rapid air technology. Looks like a slow, but it's an air fryer. But it's not a slow cooker. Like slow cooker is something really like. Okay, so the way I understand it is that I can do slow cooking as well with normal pans, except I need to make sure it doesn't burn. Whereas the slow cooker will take care of you for that. Like it will, you know, make sure it doesn't burn. But I actually do that slow cooking process by just like a really low fire. And then usually while I'm eating the spaghetti sauce, like I'll leave apart slow cooking so it gets more intense. 100 degrees tops. Yeah, I do none of that shit. I just hope it doesn't burn. And I've been lucky with that. So, well, lucky, I just put it on really low fire. So yeah, I pay attention when cooking. But I guess, you know, some people don't want to pay attention. Yeah, so what happens is actually like some of the moist evaporates. So the sauce becomes more concentrated because like you have less moist. It just slowly evaporates over time. Everything becomes more intense. Also because it keeps on being warm, it gets more time to mix and whatever. Yeah, it's just all around awesome. And like if you have meat inside of it, how does it happen? If you have meat inside of it, it like breaks down more and becomes easier to chew. Airtight. Sorry, you also got an air fryer. You got an air fryer slow cooker. Amazing thing. So I can slow cook my face after a good nap. Yes, you'll become more intense as I get moist. Yes, you can start a slow keeper and go to sleep for 8 hours. That's like some good breakfast. I wonder if you can make bread in that then. Because like I would try putting bread inside of it as well. I bet it will just work. Because it's just 100 degrees. You can easily make bread in that. If you can like cook bread at like 180, but if you do it at 100, it just takes more time. Make some desserts. Hello, Caroptical. How are you doing, man? Welcome to Reflex. Haven't seen you in a while. We have buttons in our SDL app. Oh my god. So this is like a actual, you know, application, as in not running in the browser. This is a real program. And we have buttons. Like it's actually an achievement to get buttons if you don't have HTML or whatever. It just takes a lot of code. It's 80 lines of code just to get the button. Yeah. I say like I made that, but actually what I did is just tear apart an example. So it's not really that much effort on my part. But I'm still proud of it, you know. Now we're gonna make a hexagon. I don't know how, but Yes. Like there's a problem in that I have no idea how to do this. But I guess we'll just kind of copy the button example and see where we end up. And I want to congratulate Corrupticle again on getting his awesome Haskell job. Congratulations, Corrupticle. Some people in this stream may be envious of you. Star, Kybro, time to read. Oh, your cat also has been adopted like 5 or 6 times. Yeah, you probably won't fuck it up. Like, cool, you're actually starting soon. Amazing. But it's a bank, so you can expect it to take a fair bit of time just to onboard you and whatever they take. Although it's a startup bank, so maybe they are more active. I don't know. Usually with banks, they take their time. Sweet time. Great way to get me not working there. Oh, we need to look at button, right? How do we even make a rectangle? Draw color. R. Color. What is color? What? How does it do the TLX? I have no idea what to expect. Well, I mean, it's like starting any other job probably. You just get some onboarding process, then you get some easy tasks, then you get a bit harder tasks, and then before you know it, you're running your own entire project, like setting up encryption at rest or whatever. Is this library newish? It's like, you know, Reflex, right? I spent lots of time streaming Reflex, and then this thing was built on top of Reflex. Just like, oh, look at how easy it is to attach SDL to Reflex. I'm gonna prepare a cook. Oh, good luck on your cooking. See you later, man. I'm familiar with that. Well, through you. Yeah, so, and SDL is ancient. So SDL is like simple direct media layer, I think. And it's one of the only, not only, but one of the oldest cross-platform draw stuff on your screen library. That's the only thing it does, really. Although it also does audio and stuff like that. Yeah, let's not talk about the audio part. Yeah, it's like a really easy choice. So if you want to do some, because it's so old, it's also like, you know, very simple architecture. You don't have to deal with the vertices or whatever. You have to deal with OpenGL. That's a different level of complexity. And we don't even want to do anything 3D, so there's no point at the moment. I'm not really sure why Soding moved away from SD. He moved away, I think. I think he went to GL, right? I mean, maybe you know. But yeah, like, because we have reflex binding for this STL library, and I'm kind of fine with just using STL for now. Using that. What I'm trying to do now is figure out how this code works. Oh, it's here. So we set a draw color here. We set a draw color here, and then we fill in the rectangle. This is actually kind of typical for these kind of libraries. So they're completely stateful in that you set a color and then you fill rec. In fact, you can even start drawing line, then have another function call for your next point of the line, and then another function call for the next point of your line. You just completely push everything in your state. Yeah. But for our hexagon, it's a bit problematic. We can't use fill rect. We actually need to know how to draw primitive fill rect. I presume they technically have enough for fill rect to extrapolate everything, but it's kind of rather hand-form. What is fill rect? Oh, you're working on any I/O with any renderer. What? Isn't that hardware accelerated? Really? It's hardware accelerated? Well, I think... Really? It does say OpenGL context, but does that mean it actually goes fast as well? Hexagon. You need to make a hexagon. I actually don't want to draw a rect, but I'm happy you provide a function. Draw a rect in a vector so I can draw it fastly. I need to draw lines. Along the line. You draw a line. So one thing we need to know is the position, I guess. I guess we'll make the line set hexagon setting. How would you even define size? Also as a square and you fill it in inside. What is even a hexagon? What is a hexagon? Draw one. Got it. Oh my god. No. I need to have like straight lines. There we go. Is it just 6 or 5? What? Or oh my god, it's so simple. So we just make a bounding box for width 1. Guess so. How would you describe this point in a hexagon? You calculate from the bounding box. Maybe we draw from top left point. And we need to know this. What is this? I bet you can calculate. Yeah, like, okay, say you are in this position because we start drawing from here for some reason. We can also start from the center, but I think we can go straight up. It's half, right? This is always half. Okay, this is the easy point because this will always be the half. We can calculate this quite easily. And what is this? Like, how long is this line compared to the entire thing? Third? Looks like a third. We can just guess. See if it, like if we start repeating it, if it looks shitty or not. Correct based on that. It's about proportions. It's not so much about the absolute size. So if you would start from drawing here, so some position you get, button position, hexagon position. From here, I need to calculate the next point in the line sequence, which will be here, right? So in case of this, we can just do, okay, if we have a width as well, hexagon size. The int. Now we can calculate this position because it's half of the width, and going from here plus half of the width will give us this point. Okay, then we're at like starting position, right? And now we need to calculate this point, or we need to calculate this point to start drawing basically. And then if we're here, we need to calculate this point, and then we need to calculate this point, and that's the planet leaf. I guess you can just guess. This looks like 2/3 of it. Or maybe this is like half. Yeah, I may be sounding crazy talking like that. We need to have some settings. Don't mind that this type is exactly the same as that type. I can think about extractions later. So we draw it. Something renderer. We can give you a color. Fine. Can't be a rectangle, but you can be a color. I don't know. Give me a nice color. I need to calculate. To use draw lines, this function, which apparently is an IO. I don't really understand how this works. Because how does this combine? What does Reflex do then? It's only event management somehow. The only thing they abstracted over then was the event system, and the rest is just simple STL library. That's kind of cool. Let's look at button again. It looks to me like these are just straight functions from the STL library itself. And the only thing we are doing is ask politely for the renderer. And then everything combines with Reflex. So we will ask here again for the renderer. This is called R, whatever. We don't really care about state. We may need to commit later though. I don't know what it means, to be honest. Maybe that's the tell or something. And then lines. We need to figure out our line. That's what I was talking about before. We need to have hexagon settings producing a list of lines. So that will be hexagon settings. Vector. Call point. Setting. Okay, assuming that exists, we can just draw lines. Alright. So then we can just calculate. So the first point we get to calculate. Okay, we actually need to make the decision if the position indicates center or if it indicates top left or top right. You know, bottom right can also be position. I'm thinking top left. But it doesn't make sense, right? Because we're gonna the difference is the how do you calculate the first point? Like if you go up half, I think this is half, and start producing points from that point, or if you go right half, start producing points. This has like impact on everything else later on, like all the offsets and everything gets calculated based on that. So I'm inclined to use center because I don't think top left makes a lot of sense for hexagon, because there will be another hexagon here. Draw this correctly. I think I did somehow. And then this also will be top. Well, it actually kind of makes sense. But like the top left here will be inside the other hexagon. That doesn't make sense at all. So if you use center instead, you will always be in the right hexagon. But if I would have used top left to start drawing, I would start drawing in the other hexagon. So that's why I'm saying, okay, center is better. This is the point we had before, right? And it's basically on the other hexagon. Yeah, hexagons. We said we convince ourselves to be center, so we need to be plus half. So that will be top point. Where top point is yes. Let's first get size and position out. So that's settings, position or size and position. And let's kindly also put type signature because I feel this will be complex. And if I'm insecure, I add more type. Okay. So to get we're calculating for the center means we're top equal position. Now, are we is this vector first doing left and then doing top? Offset from left, offset from top, I think. We need to look that up as well, because you could also calculate offset from left, offset from bottom, or offset from right, offset from bottom. Because, you know, or you can even do it offset from top, offset from left. You know, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. So yeah. SDL, I forgot how this is called. Screen offset. No, that's not what I mean. I think it's like coordinate. Yeah, coordinate system. Yeah, so 0, 0, y. Presumably, you start with x. So that's offset from left. This is 0. And then offset from top. So this is 2040. 320, 0. So this is x, y. Okay, cool. That's all completely. Why do I remember these things even? Yeah, so we need to do v2. I want to go up, so I need to subtract from position. I need to subtract. How do we even access v2 stuff? That's a good question. I need to subtract the second value from, so it's 0, which does nothing for fraction. And then here we need to subtract size, y somehow. Does any of this make sense? I don't know. I understand that, but how do I get the first or the second? I need to get it by in R2. What? Basic things. Okay. We can just get it by Y, I guess. We go from V2 to A, and we can also get both. Why would you? Oh, so this is for a bigger one. You can just get the Y out. That's pretty cool. I didn't expect that. And this is a V2 T int as well. Okay, next point. We can return this top point. And now next point will be top right point, bottom right point, bottom point, bottom left point, top left point. Okay, we have words. Actually, let's write this down as well. I need to write down these words. Top point, top left point, right point, bottom right point, left point, bottom. This is all invented, right? Like this is, you could call it any way you want. Geometry relevant. It's hard to, it's amoral basically, it doesn't care. So we need to do plus. We want to go to the right, and we also want to go down. How far do we want to go down? We want to go down by a third. This actually should be divided by 2. We need to go up 50%, and we can't do it like that. We need to divide by how do you do integer? I think it's like diff or haskell. Quote, happily we have diff. Diff. Yeah. Which one? I guess diff. Diff is fine. It doesn't have to be precise. This is a game. Top point, so top left, which is different from top point because of our comment. This is why I'm commenting. It's all non-standard. You can invent everything you want. I want to do plus. How much do plus? We want to do plus 50% on this side. So that's size 2 on x. And then we want to go down. Right, plus down. I think 30%. Divide by a third. So we can do this. Both work. Quote is more efficient. Diff is more correct. Themes. That sounds like we want to have quote. Yeah, we actually need speed. Okay. Like correctness isn't that important. We want to have, this is bottom left point. In case we can start from the top left point. How do we go to the bottom left? Come to think of it, this is actually the bottom right. Well, no, we named it like this. We're gonna keep it like this. I was thinking it from the other way around. It doesn't really matter. But if I look at it like this, it kind of looks silly. So let's rename everything. My god. But actually it's irrelevant how you name it as well, of course, because we're programmers, we don't care. Don't care. Basically quote, rem and diff mod. The difference happens in a negative. Quote is more efficient. Diff is more correct on the extra. Negatives. I haven't thought about negatives. I don't think we can have negatives. Well, technically we can't have negatives. Like, it doesn't make sense. We probably can have negatives, you know, in the code, but I don't think it makes sense from an SDL's perspective. Draw into negative territory. Even though it probably will happily do it. Like you're basically off screen in negative territory, so why would you? But considering robustness, they probably will just do nothing. Right, so let's see. On the x-axis, we don't care. Probably at the right point. And on the y-axis, we want to, I want to also put this in a variable. I want to call this standing rib length. I bet this actually has to be something with pi. I bet my 1/3 estimate is wrong. But that could be correct as well, I don't know. Just a ballpark. Just, who knows? The thing is that I strongly suspect that these ribs are of even length. They're all the same length. So everything fits neatly together, right? Always. You can draw another hexagon here. Like, same. Everything is perfect. I bet they're also the same length. But I base that assumption on absolutely nothing. Okay, now we do bottom point, which is, we need to go back to center basically. So that is opposite of this transform, almost. Oh, it is opposite of this one. Come to think of it, top right. Yeah, it is. Let's put this in a far as well. I don't know. What is this? Middle transform. A lot of stuff that can be reused. Maybe this entire thing becomes easier after you, because like we already could use this path. Maybe we can also reuse, because we just went from here to here, and we did it by, I'm not sure if I can middle transform. We did it by, we went from rip length. Oh, this actually needs to be negative. Oh no, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. We can, I bet we can multiply set 1 over y. It's actually really cool we get lenses. So we need to make that negative because we're subtracting and we still need to go down further in the rip length, which is, so we need to make that negative so it can be positive again later. And here we can go left and go up again. That's the next trend. Right point, right. We also need to go from bottom right point. So for bottom left point, go from bottom right point. Oh, you're not bottom right point, you're bottom point. Bottom point. And it's just middle transform. And then we need to go up again for rip length. So that's bottom top left point. Top left point is bottom left point minus P2O rip length. And then finally, we need to go from top left point. Oh, we already know top point. We don't need to calculate this anymore. Cool. But you still need to give it till you get top right point. We'll move this somewhere else. There, let's see. Top point, top right point, bottom right point, bottom point, bottom point, bottom left, top left point, and top point again. So this should work. Hopefully somewhat understandable calculations, but F6 button settings, hexagon settings, and a skull button, hexagon. See what happens. We can give this a different default. 50. I'll come to think of it, we also made it so that it can be like irregular, bend out of shape, but it still should be possible to repeat this properly. We'll see. I think even if they are in different shapes, they should still be able to. Hexagon settings. There we go. Okay, let's load this into Guest. See. Man, I actually love doing this. I get like super engaged into figuring this stuff out. So nitty-gritty detail. Way more fun than. Okay. File name doesn't. You need to fix that, right? Button setting. Scope, hexagon setting. Perhaps you could match type, vector, blah. Oh, right, we need to go vector from list. Vector point v2. I need to vector as back from. Maybe just the type is exported. Oh, it's a different vector. Are you shitting me? Am I making the wrong vector? That would be so annoying. Draw points. Draw line. Draw lines. Draw lines. Vector. A different vector. Is list. Yes. Guess you can just draw list now. Back. Reflex SDL2 vector. There's another vector. Okay. Reflex SDL2. Tell me about vector. Tell me you're a data family. Tell me you're a data family. No. Oh, don't be a data family. Uh-oh. No, you're actually not quite a family. Maybe you are. Point. Distinguish point from vector. Type length. I think it just hates me. I thought this vector was different. What does that mean, a vector? What is a vector even? What is a data family? I think I need to continue reading that book Thinking with Types because I don't know types. I just bluffed my way through this shit. Don't you understand? Why? Why is this a vector? Types are hard. Chiroptical. Why are you no longer purple? What is it? Why is it a data family? And what does it mean to be a data family? I guess it's of points? It points to something, another constructor or something? Isn't the family here pattern match at type level? Yeah, but what does it result in then? That's the idea, I guess. So vector, VP. So what they're saying here is that if you have a vector point, then you actually have a vector PP thing. So we go back up. And what is our next match? It's this one. Vector v2. Unbox. What does unbox mean? Vector vector. So if you're a vector v2, I don't know how you go further then. You have a vector v2. Maybe data la family. Exactly. I have been messing around with MPI 4Pi parallel F5. What the fuck are those things? MP message passing interface. You have sockets. HDF5. Contact dented fat can. I don't wanna. I'm sorry you had to deal with those things. I apologize. Our world sucks. Yep, it's not this vector at least. We figured it out. We need to put you. It's a handy wrapper. I guess we can just, add points. Hope it works. Data constructor not a scope point. That's weird. Didn't we just see it was like a diaper? Well, wait, it's NEF? There you have it. Review point. Done. But you need to be vector. And we don't know what a vector is. Can we do from this? From H. It's worth a try. Maybe the compiler gets so confused it just gives up and says it's correct. No. Doesn't do that. Used heavily in supercomputers for reference. Which is message passing interface. Okay. That's something I learned today. Need an interface for a message. I guess that's like just some kind of standardization effort to make sure everyone passes the same messages that everyone ends. You think of Fortran. Why does it make you think of Fortran? Too few arguments. We still need to make a vector out of it. Oh, we can. That's so confusing, right? They tell us to use draw lines, which you expect to want a vector of points. It is this vector. It is this vector, definitely. We'll just import it qualified, because the other vector as well, which is not what we want at all. There's a standard for MPI in Fortran and in C. So that's like ancient, but it makes sense considering you work like, I think the idea of supercomputing is like older, I think, right? Nowadays you could just rent Google Cloud, basically run your computations and then tear them down again. Well, Google Cloud is expensive. We figured out Hetzner. You can get really a bunch of computations on that. So I guess like for USD it's hard to. Render the raw color. Vector type dynamic here M. I have no idea what's going on. Cloud is not quite like proper supercomputer in terms of resources. Well, the thing is, you can. I think what they do anyway is scaling a parallel. Because even supercomputers, they won't. Like they would just use standard Intel equipment, but they would just make massive racks of parallel job. Okay. Maybe it's like engineered specifically for your use case. Then. Well, probably. Scientists, they always want to have the best stuff, right? If I were a professor at uni, I would also like push hard for getting the latest technology in my department. I don't understand this. Maybe we don't even have to do this because we can do it in any IO, right? Just try doing something. No, we don't have to. Dev hacks. I guess we just call it dev hacks or dev button. Or dev button. Did I add the hexagon here? No, I didn't. Oh, we need to add it. Render it. I need to go soon, by the way, because I realized I didn't rename that F button. Right. Okay, it failed. How? How could you fail on linking? Isn't this, it compiles, it works? What the hell? How do we get link errors? It's just so type safe. Probably the wrong STL library system. Well, we have a solution for that, don't we? Isn't it supposed to be reproducible? I don't know. I need to go though. We got link errors. How do you get link errors? Is it because we put this in the wrong? Maybe if we comment this out. I bet it's because these are in IO. And we were not allowed to do that. No, it's also a link error there. So the other thing we can try doing is make clean properly. Why do I get link errors though? This always has to be me. Okay. What does Nix build? Why does it give me link errors only on hexagons? Maybe we should fix the warnings. Well, that works. So Nix build, but Kabel doesn't build. Go figure that out. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna finish this. But thanks for watching, everyone. Online. No.
Wat nou die 20 gedaan? Ja, was te laat. Oké, ik kon...
I'll commit and I'll go. Thanks for watching. We'll actually continue on this game because I'm having fun with this. Having lots of fun with it. But that has to wait until next time. Because, well, I don't know when. Maybe tomorrow, day after. I don't know when. Or next week. Probably next week, because we also need to have our little open source project. Yeah, I want to continue. It builds. It totally builds. Okay, it builds on Nix, but it doesn't build on Kabel for some. So, you know, I bet it's just the Kabel problem. But yeah, add sketch for hexagon. Okay, signing out. We're also gonna merge this. Like, I'm happy enough with the Reflex experience to continue using that. It's exactly how I remember. Like, just Reflex itself is kind of wonderful, but well, the problems we had before with it being slow is just not a problem. The demo was showing it already, right? So now it's just like a good dev experience in general. So let's keep on using it. Let's keep on exploring it more. See if we can make something current in 30 and create pool. Oh my god, let's merge all of it. All right, we also have so GitHub Actions apparently runs for like 3,000 minutes, which is good enough to just build any Nix setup. So this should actually build. It just, you know, without caching even. It just builds everything from scratch every time, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, go do your building, right? Anyway. So I added that to the template because it's so easy to set up and forget about, which is better than Travis, because I would forget setting up Travis for projects, but now I just get a default integration. Kind of always works just by using Nix. So fantastic, you know. Okay, 700 lines today. Fantastic. Let's merge. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you later. Bye.